Hello, Writers Day community. How are you? I hope you're doing very good on this 4th of July Sunday. And if you're not doing good, I hope that you're decided to educate yourself, because today is not a day for celebrating, right? Just saying. So today, I wanted to do it live, but I don't have time. My kids are gonna come soon, and I don't want to take too much time editing this, so I'm just gonna go with the flow. But I'm trying to do this. I want to do this on the weekends or either Saturday or Sunday, where we can come here and have some coffee or tea and talk about real stuff, together. Are you down for that? Anyway, so today's video is about accountability. I'm gonna close this window so you can actually hear me. 1 second. So yeah, on the weekends, I'm gonna come here maybe 10 to 15 minutes. In the live, you're gonna be able to press on all the questions, so you can put the questions that you have. Each topic would be different on the weekends. We are gonna digest through the week, about climate change, critical race theory, anti-racism, decolonization, so we don't embarrass ourselves like we're doing right now, those who are celebrating the 4th of July. No. Nobody's free, man. Nobody. Today is not a freedom day. Today is reflect, educate yourself, work on your things, shadow work, which is exactly what I'm here for. It's my own shadow that needs to be addressed right now. So there's a few things that I wanted to talk about. So if I don't, I'll be, after I post this, if you go in the comments, you have anything to say about this video or anything, just let me know in the comments, and I'll try to answer it later tonight when my kids are sleeping, or during the week, okay? But during the live, we'll be able to answer questions and stuff like that. We'll talk about stuff, get real. Maybe we'll invite some other people, we'll see. But I'm trying to do this in a kind of creative, conscious way, because I think that we have all the information, we have the solution, but we don't have a way to kind of voice out these things and kind of work through it, accountability, decolonization, to racism, awakening, spirituality. All these is a practice and takes work. And we're not really guided to this stuff. So that's why I'm my spirit, the guides and everything is telling me you have to. Okay, so first of all, I wanted to say, for those who participated on the Canada Day to, wear orange and show up and donate and support, thank you very much. That was really awesome of you. And also you educated yourself. You said, those, and the same thing for those who are not celebrating 4th of July today, that decided, we're gonna read some books, we're gonna get educated ourselves, we're gonna see how our privilege can actually help somebody else, especially white people. And today, let people be, some people are grieving for certain things. They're kind of, doing the inner work, doing that shadow work that most of us like to ignore, but we shouldn't. Anyways, that's one aspect. The other thing is that, today, this is a need that I have to, my angels and guides, I've been, kind of feeling really shamey and crappy about it. So that's why I'm okay, it's not a good feeling. And that's another thing where, it's just accountability. It's if you're, and this is also for creatives or artists, anybody in journalism, or when you write something, storytelling or something, or you post something that it could cause harm, or it can make someone feel really crappy about themselves and stuff like that, we have to take accountability for that. We have to own that and be okay, sorry. And then how can we move from that? How can we make it easier? How can we fix, we learn through our mistakes. We're humans, we're not these perfect beings. So that's something that I'm here to show up as an example. Okay, so my kids are on the way, and I have to do this in a fastest way possible. But I do want to talk about this article. I need to help myself responsible as a creator, educator, teacher, healer. I can expect everyone to the things that I wrote about, things that you could do after you take the V, right? These are things, there's a 50-50 chance. And this is why I have to kind of like say, I'm really sorry for those who felt that weren't included in this, and that it was kind of like for them to, it's like a sign, like, okay, we should do this, but then like something in your spirit was saying like, no, you shouldn't. Like you should know thyself. That's number one. You shouldn't rely on other people telling you what to do. And my job is to guide, not to tell people what to do. You decide. But yeah, so I wanted to explain myself because I felt like the spiritual community was very like, oh, so we are able to reverse. Like, I'm saying this for what I meant in the words, and this is what I'm saying. It's like, you know, words have power. So we have to be careful of how we write things or how we say things. So that's why I'm explaining myself of what I wrote to communication, so we can understand each other and what exactly did I mean. And if I hurt anyone or someone felt really like shitty after taking the vaccine and then they really didn't want to do it, and then, you know, I really don't want you to feel this shame and blame. Like, it's not, you know, that you're not doing the work or you're not going to be able to, like, that's what I need to say, that even as a shadow work, I still make mistakes. There's a mistake that assuming that everyone is equal, that everyone, even though we're living in an inequality system. So yeah, I'm really sorry. What I really meant was that there must be a work or anything internal work that must be done before you take the vaccine. That's what I was going for. Because if you haven't taken care of your health, if you're, you know, slacking off on, like, you know, your daily practices, your mental health practices, going to therapy, like, you know, dealing with stresses and stuff like that. Like, there's a lot of other diseases that we are going through at the same time. There's other stresses, there's other things that we're going on a daily basis. And if you're not balancing those things, that's what I meant, is that, you know, it's going to be very difficult after you take the vaccines, that to be able to get back into your own, like, you know, your own self-sovereignty. And that's another thing, is that assuming that everyone is awakened, that everyone's going through the same thing that I'm going through, or they're, you know, it's not okay. So that's why I wanted to apologize. It's not okay. So yeah, that too is that spirituality, anti-racism, decolonization, all these things, they all take work. It's not this easy thing, Park, that you're just gonna like, oh yeah, I'm awakened. No, it's really intense, and it's, at first it's just horrible. It sucks so bad, okay? And then that's why a lot of people choose the easy way. And but we must, because it will help us be able to have mental strength, inner strength, and have then start this compassion and empathy for others. Because, you know, when you're seeing and you're sympathizing, you're able to be in the same, because we are together, we are all one. Okay, so this is another thing where I'm saying is that what I meant with that article is that you have to be doing the work already to be able to have this mental stability and strength to do and then that too, each of those things is steps. It's like they each have. Okay, so my kids are home, so if you hear them in the background, they're playing in their room, some toys and stuff. They're doing some stuff, but yeah, so what I wanted to say is that, you know, just like, you know, when we do something, a mistake, or do something wrong with our kids or with a friend, a coworker, or any of that stuff, you know, we have to like earn or take accountability for those things and then change an aspect. Because when we make mistakes, we learn, but also we understand our shadow selves, understand parts of our selves that needs healing, that needs things to change, that you know, it doesn't serve anybody, and it's harmful. You know, we all have this aspect of ourselves. So yeah, so the expectation and assuming that this is gonna help everybody, that everybody's gonna be considered, like, no, just like nature, everything balances and doing its own, you know. The thing is that you can also prevent whatever it is not meant to serve you in this thing, for you to internally work on a daily basis, literally, religiously, like just like spirituality, just like healing. All these things have its own consciousness, its own practice and routine. So you know, you can't skip the wagon, right? Like they say, it's like, you know, there's through that train, there's different stages of that wagon, and you can't just skip. You have to go through, right? Another tea or coffee or whatever that you're drinking right now. Awesome. So yeah, like I said, if you hear my kids, they're playing with their toys because I didn't want them to watch TV and stuff right now. Like, there's time and place for TV and stuff, and I find that it's better to let them run their imagination and find things to do. Like, being bored is a good thing, okay? That's number one. They will find some things, they will think for themselves. It's good to be bored, just saying. Okay, so that's where I'm going back into, those who felt the overwhelming and felt really anxious and really multiply depressed after watching the Gulf of Mexico. Literally looked like a giant fire thing. That's horrible. Honestly, I was still looking at, I'm like, it's just like all the solutions are very clear. Things need to be literally eradicated, and we need to start building equity, not only within ourselves but with others, but also demand. Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, seriously, accountability, it's not just within ourselves. It has to be the external and those who control this linear economy and system, that they know it needs to change. It needs to change. Seriously. Like a ponytail?
Yeah.
Okay. Putting a ponytail.
This is a
yes,
dress.
what I'm saying is that, education also matters a lot. And, working on your shadows and working on yourself. Yeah. You twist.
Okay.
You twist like this. Okay? So you go like this. You want to try?
Yeah.
Go. Try. And put it inside. Oh, you got it. Almost there. You got it. Ah! See? You could do this. Yes. Anyway, so about the article, there's another thing that I wanted to get into clear is that, education matters, and holding ourselves and other people accountable. It helps you see different perspective and see that you're not always right, and that, you have, even through the shadow work, like, I still make mistakes. So, and I'm really sorry, repeating myself. But I just felt like the spiritual community was like, oh my God, we decided that we're not going to do this. Like, everyone is your choice. It's your choice. And if you decide not to take it, that's okay. Like, that's your decision. The thing is there's a lot of restrictions. There's a lot of things that prevents you from kind of living. And you're also in that fearful mindset. You're like, oh no, I don't want this because it's going to affect my pineal gland or whatever. Yes, I'm sorry, it is. And that's your choice. So yeah, there are solutions to this that you're fearing, because as spirituals, you can be spiritual awakening, or all these things, and righteous. Nobody's right. Everybody has we're all working as we go, okay? Nobody's perfect. Nobody got nothing together. Like, it's chaos right now, but we're all trying to figure it out in our own way, in our own thing that makes, like, it works for us, that it makes us happy, that it helps other people, that, be able to, create jobs or whatever, like, whatever it is that you're trying to do. So that's what I'm trying to say is that, I forgot what I'm trying to say. Yeah, the point is we have to switch to...
I have something in my back.
What do you have in your back? A dolphin! Yes!
This is your dolphin. I found it.
Thank you, Mommy. It's my spirit animal. Oh, Mommy. Thank you. But yes, that's what I want to talk about. We have to hold accountable those fossil fuel, plastic companies. That's it. That's enough, man. Enough. We have to switch. We have to literally start building the circular economy mindset, okay? Like, we need to hold these people accountable. Like, it's not right, man. It's not right. Like, it's July, right? July is the month of free July plastic, right? So, right, let's pledge ourselves. We're going to be showing on social media. I mean, you can want to it would be nice. Like, you motivate other people, create awareness, but do it for yourself. And then, like, show, like, around your communities or stuff like that. Like, you're literally not buying any plastic, or, like, that's what, it's hard. It's not easy, but, and that too, I don't want to be like blaming the individual about this, about climate change impacts and stuff. Like, this is not just individual, like it's collectively, but it's also like, you know, consciously, individually too. Like, you know, there's certain things like that you could do that, you know, reduce your carbon impact. Like, you know, we all have it, all have our own carbon footprint. And that's what I'm saying, is that if you are conscious and aware of it, and are, you know, to an amount that you feel comfortable, that you're able to afford, that is sustainable for you, because in that too, we have to understand that a lot of people are surviving inequality, surviving discrimination and being targeted, and all this fucked up shit that oppression brings. Seriously, it's like we have to hold ourselves but other people accountable too, you know. And that's something that I'm wanted to just live it here and let people know that, you know, when things don't balance out, or when you're, you know, you say something that it doesn't, you know, you have to voice it out. You can't just like, you know, and then see how you can fix whatever, you know. Healing is hard, guys. It's not this easy thing. And that's something that, you know, we're broken. We're all going through stuff. We're all hurting. We're all having our own. So yeah, so this is why I wanted to come here to create kind of like, you know, a space of love that we're going to have like a couple of minutes in the weekend or something and talk about and digest and stuff like that. Like, create a space where people feel safe to voice out and say what they need to say, or, you know, talk about things. Like, I really felt really anxious when I saw that thing of the Gulf of Mexico. It was just like, wow, like we are so, like, we have to change, like something has to change. And also, like, you know, there's a lot of things going on, like what happens with the girls right now in the Olympics. Like, by the way, but yeah, I'm just saying, like, that's complete discrimination. Like, that should not be. Let her run. Let them do what they need to do. Like, that's complete white supremacy and oppression, like all in her face. Like, oh, well, yeah. So yeah, not really attack, more like a polite, compassionate, and kind strike about this. You literally just go on the Olympics, you block it. Yes. And you get off the pay-per-view sport, you take it off, you stop buying their tickets, you stop sharing, you stop liking, you stop, literally prevent the views. Like, that's it. Just let it go. Like, don't even, you know. And I'm telling you, those girls are gonna be back in the Olympics because you are attacking their money. That's how it is. You take away the one thing that baby booby booming greeds and white supremacists don't really hold themselves accountable. It's their money. Attack the money. That's it. Because the you is what brings them where they are now. So if you take that away, well, I wonder how can we get it back? I wonder. Oy. That's it, man. That's what I wanted to come here and talk about. Let you know that there is a possibility. I did, in the beginning, after taking the first shot, I was not, you know, myself. Especially if you're sensitive, that bitch, and very highly intuitive, very, you know, clairvoyance, all these people who are very empathetic. I'm being let know that there's a lot of creatives and writers and artists who are very, very sensitive, who hide that about themselves. And then when they took the vaccine, they weren't feeling okay. So this is for you, okay? You will feel okay. If you've been working on yourself, doing your workouts and working on your mind and doing things for yourself, you will get through this, okay? It's just a process. It's a healing process. It's like, you know, you do like a little pin, like a scratch, and you know, you have that. So yeah, you need to let it heal. You need to have that healing process. So in a way, for those people that said, like, you know, they have the second dose after 2 months, which is not good. It's supposed to be 3 weeks or 4 weeks. But if you're able to get it before, remember that process of healing, it's literally, you have to do it. Like, you cannot, like, okay, I'm just going to continue working and doing whatever it is that, yes, you can continue working, but you have to take time to at least meditate, pray, do moon cycles, ritual, do a Reiki. Like, literally, you have to cleanse, you have to purge whatever is, like, you're putting some chemicals that you have no idea where, you just and we're just gonna accept it just like that, even though like everything externally is letting us know that these people do not give a fuck about us. All I'm saying, the healing process is different for everybody. Not everybody's going to be the same. Not everybody's going to feel like, some people are going to feel nothing. Some people are going to feel something. Some people are like, are able to reverse it. Some people will not. And that's what I'm trying to say, is that it's not going to be like equal for everybody, but there is a chance of you preventing it. It's your choice. You choose. You said, okay, I'm going to choose me, and I'm going to do what I need to do to heal myself, to work on my things, to make sure that I don't, whatever in the future, I don't have anything that it can prevent me from continuing my life, right? Continue living my life, right? So that's what I was getting at with that. Yes, mommy boo. Anyways, guys, I'm sending you some positive healing, some good vibes, some good feelings. There's a Angie vlog message that I just added on YouTube channel. So if you this resonated with you and you feel like, oh, okay, let me check it out, go for it. Maybe there's a message for you. This is for divine masculine, divine feminine. And that too is like something that I wanted to clear out, is spiritual, okay? Because it's very hard to be woke during these times, right? Pandemic, and having a hard time finding jobs and stuff like that, finding who you are, and then realizing that all that you learned was. So yeah, this message is also, taking accountability, is also making sure of your self-care, how you, approach to other people, like be mindful of those things, of how you speak to other people, how, you could hurt someone without thinking unconsciously, like you can, and your actions, like notice, be aware of things that they're good for other people or good for yourself, like just little things like that. And that's also taking accountability, and also that's it. Being sustainable is also being accountable, right? Like you're conscious of like, okay, I'm not purchasing plastic anymore, I'm not doing this consciously, like I'm buying this. And that's another thing too that nobody talks about, is like, sustainability, you save money. You save money. Again, we can assume that everybody can live a sustainable lifestyle and all these things, but there's a lot of things that you could do that are sustainable, that don't require for you to have lots of money and stuff like that. And I'm saying this in the most genuine sense, because there's a lot of people who are like not privileged and not lucky, and are going through horrible things. There's a lot of homelessness. There's a lot of people going through a lot of stuff right now. So we have to be considerate and compassionate. And that too is like, if your cup is full and you have everything you need and you're good to go, and you have a little bit of extra, in that cup, sharing it with other people, that's actually from within. You're literally building equity, because you're like, okay, I'm good, so how can I help somebody else? How can I help a community? How can I help somebody struggling right now that I know that they're struggling? That's how you do it. And then you show others that way too. So that's it, guys, for my writers, my community, environmentalists, scientists, activists. This is me trying to be an example of holding myself accountable and fixing. I'm going to start working on that in my language, my writing as well, and how I show up here. I want to, and also show up authentically. Like, I really wanted to go live today, but I was like, okay, no, I won't have time, and the girls, and anyways. But on the next weekend, what I'm trying to do is that I don't like to announce it too much, because we are being targeted. So yeah, I will announce it like maybe 30 minutes or 20 minutes before I go live, either Saturday or Sunday, depending on what, how I'm going with my readings that I have and some clients, and I'm able to finish what I finish. So I will show up. We can have tea, we can have coffee, wine, or whatever you like, and let's have a conversation. Let's go live and let's just talk about, our week and things that, that we need to talk about, especially about climate change and wetness and Friday for the Future. Like, I think we should continue that movement and continue it going, and learn from things and do things in a way that, creates action for yourself and for the collective, for the healing of everybody, right? Because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to shift and fix things, but in order for that, we have to work within ourselves first and then externally. That's the way I'm like looking at it, in a sense. And it's so yeah, guys, change is really hard. Healing is very, very freaking hard. So that's what I'm saying, is that I'm sending compassion, have patience, be kind to yourself as you are with others, okay? If you're sorry about something, say it. If you're, don't keep repressing, or you're repressing your feelings or things that are not good for you. You need to learn to discern, like take what's good and take what doesn't serve you anymore, okay? And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and comment and share if anybody needs to hear this. Other than that, all I'm saying is that, we're humans and we make mistakes, and we can't control certain things, especially when living in societies and systems like this, but we can control how we react, how we take accountability, how we move forward after, and we learn from those things, okay? And then also not repressing or keeping all those shame and hate and all this low frequency within you, or let other people affect you with that. So that's something that I'm definitely saying to all my BIPOC, like, protect your energy, yes, especially on this realm, on social media and stuff like that, okay? Be aware of that. There's vampires do exist in the sucking energy kind of way, so be aware of that, and be aware, like, you don't have to respond to negative or anybody who trying to use you or do other things that don't align with you. And I hope that this video helped you remember that, know thyself. And then if something resonates with you, good. If it doesn't, let it go and continue moving forward. Keep that positive, good mindset, even through the chaos, find creative ways and heal that aspect within yourself. Go in. Yes, it's hard, but you can do this. We are meant to be doing this, okay? So much love. Be kind to your planet, to you and others, okay? Love you. Bye. Now I'm going to a wishing tree because we're going to go wishing in a tree with my kids.